There's just something about brand new printed currency. I get it. It's invigorating. The combination of the paper, the everything they use in this, the ink, they all have a very distinct sweet smell. But you're only able usually to realize it at its most highest level on brand new BEP sourced straps or bricks, however you find these. So for the longest time, I have struggled to find one of these gems in the rough. And they're out there too. They're out there. People are finding these. A gentleman that goes by the name Sterling had donated this to me. This is an actual genuine BEP strap. If you guys take a close look on these $2 bills here, that's what the paper strap is supposed to look like. And then when we flip it over, it says BEP. And then it has the official website, moneyfactory.gov. But it's these types of Fed Reserve Bank BEP source straps where you have the best opportunity to find some of the most wildly expensive rare notes. Anywhere from, I don't know, star note packs. Star note packs traditionally sell, especially on $2 bills, for probably between $400 and $500. So if you came across even a very common run star note pack of ones and twos, you better be ready to collect, because there's going to be someone that will want that pack for about 2.5, 5 times face value. The lower the denomination, of course, the more that they're worth. Okay, the lower the print run, the more that they're worth. But again, the reason why that these are so widely pursued is because these notes are in their highest state of preservation for the most part. This one has a little bit of a corner fold right here, and I'm okay with that. I'm just happy to have one of these. So we're on heritageauctions.com. We're going to kind of take a look in a little bit of a Cliff Notes version of what you can find. And people have found. We actually had someone that had submitted a note like this one here, solid ones. And I think the submitter of that particular note to our live coin Q&A panel, he was probably under the impression it was worth $1,000 to $2,000. He found it in a BEP pack along with all of the other kind of like binary serials and all that great stuff. The 7 of a kind, 7 in a rows. It was truly a hell of a find. All right. And that particular note, ladies and gentlemen, in crisp uncirculated condition, is worth almost $10,000. 1s, 7s, and 8s, as far as solid serial numbers, are some of the most widely coveted, highly coveted fancy serial number notes today. Now, where all of a sudden did fancy serial number hunting come from? It just kind of spawned out of nowhere. All right, very few people did it prior to the year 2000. But as soon as the millennium hit, as soon as the Great Recession hit, and we had this like 10 to 12 year span, people are paying attention to them. People are sourcing lucky serial numbers. They're sourcing birthday notes. They're just sourcing anything with any sort of numerology type of connotations to them. And I think that's cool. That's really neat. But you could see clearly, just looking down a list of a few notes here, we have a low serial number, number 2. Number 2. It's so good I had to say it 3 times. I mean, this is a BEP sourced strap find. Ended up selling for $13,200. Take a look at the dates, guys. These are all very, very recent. 2022, just last summer, not even a year ago. Here's another bank strap, a little bit older, 1963. It's got serial numbers 8 to 100. So the first 7 notes are gone from there. Still, that strap, $8,600 later. If you were lucky enough to find a full bank strap, a BEP strap of serial number 1 to 100, you kept it all together ungraded, that's probably going to be a strap that's going to be worth $25,000 to $30,000, if not more. All right, so there's a lot to look out for here. But this $8,600 represents 2007 money. I would say that the collectibles market in the coins and currency arena has certainly appreciated to a level that is unheard of. That price right there is probably 50% less of what today's realized market value is, which says a lot of how far we've come just in the last 16 years. All right, some other notable sales. Here's a serial number 1 bearing a 2013 series date, sold in 2015. This is kind of like after the Great Recession, where silver was way up here, and so was the collectibles market as far as silver, collectible coins, gold was way up here. Between that point in time in 2011, 2012 to where we sit today in 2023, in the middle, there was a little bit of a valley. That's 2015. So $8,200 for a serial number 1 that graded out Gem News 66 PPQ through one of the big grading services. Again, we're probably talking about a 30 to 40% kind of discount to what that realized amount of money is today. All right. So, I mean, if we're going to point out some more notables here, here's 1928, obviously a lot older. It's not that it's unrealistic to find something like that, but obviously we're kind of focusing more on the newer stuff. Like this $100 bill right here, or 50 rather, if we were to click in this, actually has a ladder serial number. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so it's in order, in ascending kind of like of a pattern. All right, this note right here sold for $3,700. Guess what? That was in 2006. Ladder serial numbers are probably top 3 of what you want to look for. And in the most gem of conditions, and they sold that one raw, by the way. That just blows my mind. But that was also 17 years ago. It's a completely different time in history where things like this, people haven't quite paid attention to them, even after 6 years after the millennium changed over. But serial number 1 right here, 2017 sale on a $1977 bill that graded 63, $3,500. And sure, condition still does play some sort of factor in the value of a lot of these notes. Serial number 1 right here on the 2006 $1 bill, $3,000. That was back in 2018. Again, that note's probably worth closer to $5,000 in today's collectible money market. But you could see solid serial number 1 here, sold in 2020 during the pandemic, on a 1995 original pack of 100 that bears the solid ones, sold for an absolute bargain at $2,800. That same note today, just by itself, sells for about that, if not more. And keep in mind, none of these notes are graded. So if you took out the solid ones and you sent it off to PCGS Banknote or PMG, and it comes back a 65, 66, or 67, that's going to be a $10,000 note all day long. Okay, it's already valuable the way it sits, right? I always tell folks, and I tell a lot of you don't need to grade certain things because they sell for themselves. Now, this one will blow your mind. How about a reasonably circulated $100 bill? VF35. So this thing has seen quite a few cash registers and pockets and wallets and pocketbooks and all sorts of other billfolds, money clips. This thing has seen a few. Little did they know that they were holding on to a $3,000 collectible item. Solid ones. Again, 1s, 7s, and 8s are your luckiest serial numbers. And even notes that don't have solid 8 of a kind, 1s, 7s, or 8s, but maybe have 7 of a kind, 6 of a kind, or even going all the way to like 3 in a row, as long as they're all together and probably toward the beginning. All right, let me show you guys something. Check this out. Now, this is something relatively minor that I found, and it's in real decently good shape. You know, it's got a few little folds and all that. So the serial number on this one begins with 3/8. I was told by some of the currency professionals that sell these that this is about a $30 bill. All right, I could turn around right now and sell this for $30. And that's the kind of the intriguing part of this whole discussion, is that I think searching through currency provides a much better chance and opportunity to find some big money items, okay? Where it's going to be like 10 times the effort trying to go through bankrolls to kind of experience that same amount of success. So, in short, go to the bank, try out currency. Again, the same rules still apply. You're playing with house money. And that's what's important. If you guys realize that at the end of the day, you don't really lose anything. And as long as you have some money to play around with, you can always bring it back and fill up that bank account again to where it was before. But it's like buying lottery. It's like free lottery tickets. It's a free shot. That's something extraordinary. As long as you play the game, you'll have a great amount of chances and odds of finding some of the rarest notes, like this $100 bill here. I thought I would bring this up. It's a great time to. As we head into the summer, I think more people should be hunting through paper money, in spite of what your feelings might be about fiat currency. Heck, sell it, buy some silver, buy some gold. Buy some guns. Buy some things that are meaningful to you, that have, in your interpretation, a lot more value than good old paper. So, I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And best of luck in your hunts. I hope you guys try out paper money hunting for these fancy serial numbers. I will see you guys again soon. Have a good day, and keep on collecting, friends.